Hey y'all, back with the next game, and one that I've delayed for a while to get due to how the season's gone. But yeah, we're getting to it. Darksiders 3, the long-awaited third title in the series. And yeah, for those who have not seen my playthrough of the first game, I really like the Darksiders series. I find it to be like the mature version of The Legend of Zelda, in a matter of speaking. And the first game was one that came out around 2010 or so. Really loved that game for both its copious virtues as well as a few of the flaws that it does admittedly have. And it still holds a very personal place in my heart. And I played the War Mastered version several months back. Enjoyed it still, although there are parts of that game that have not aged gracefully, like the damn portal puzzles, and I hate those. I never got around to playing Darksiders 2, well, the definitive version, for I have not been able to find a good condition enough copy, pretty much wherever store I go, because I'm very picky about having games with their cases still relatively intact, as well as the game itself. But I do plan to eventually get to it. As for that game, I personally didn't like it as much as the first game. It's like they took out some things that I felt were unnecessary, that I thought was taken out. They took out things that I did not think needed to be taken out, and added things that I felt did more to hamper the game. I did not like the loot system. I did not like how, despite taking place in 4 dimensions, it didn't feel, oddly enough, as varied as I would have liked. Like, they tried to turn it into a Diablo-style RPG, and in ways that I hated. Like, I did not like the enormous amount of loot. I did not like how they reduced the ever-awesome and executions, but made it into a random thing where it rarely ever happens, when they were so super helpful in the first game for surviving intense battles. Really, the only thing I liked about that game was death, and that was it. I mean, I liked the overall look of the game for the most part. I thought the graphics weren't nearly done as well as the first game. I liked death. I liked most of the puzzles and platforming. The combat, when it actually behaved, was okay. Although I hated the lack of the overemphasis on dodging and not being able to block anything. It was just a very mixed game for me. Like, the first one, great. All you had to do was just build up from that. But then 2 kind of did its own thing, and ways that I both liked and didn't like, but mostly, in hindsight, don't like. And now we have this game, Darksiders 3, with Gunfire Games being pretty much the reborn Vigil games, although it sadly lacks some of the brains involved with the creation of the first 2, namely Joe Madureira. Oh, I wish they brought him back. So they kind of have to take notes from him in order to fill in. So the first game was War, the second game was Death, and now we have, well, now we're going into the next 2 riders, presumably, if there is a 4th game that comes, where they took liberties with the traditional mythology, where instead of, conquest and pestilence, or famine, there's like 2 versions of the Horsemen. Well, by 2, I mean, instead of conquest, there's pestilence, or the other way around. So they made up their own latter two, Fury and Strife. And Fury is the only one that is the female of the group, which is interesting, you know. I mean, it is a fantasy game, so that, while it takes inspiration from Armageddon and the Book of Revelations and Judeo-Christian mythology, they kind of do their own things with it, which I'm all good for, so long as it's done well. And for the most part, I always thought the mythologies of these games have been relatively interesting, and I've always wanted to see where they could go from there. As for this game, well, we play as the one sister of the four, and apparently Gunfire decided to go further with what Vigil tried to do with Darksiders 2, and that is to make every game distinct from each other. You know, Darksiders 1 was the much more Zelda-like one. 2, they tried to turn it into a Diablo-style RPG action game. And now it seems that they've gone and done it again, and this time mixed a bit of Dark Souls into it, or the Souls formula. And being careful with your attacks, and it's hard to kill enemies that can kill you within 2 seconds flat. And I've honestly been very, very cautious about Darksiders 3. Like, as excited as I was to see the game finally come out, at the same time, I was worried. Like, what are they doing this time? And it also did not help that at no point in any of the game's trailers and gameplay did I ever see any horse combat. Because you would think that being a horseman, or horsewoman in this case, you'd have a steed to go around following you around, and I have not seen that. So apparently the premise is we have to hunt like the 7 deadly sins. So they kind of took a page from Devil May Cry 3 and gave like demonic embodiments for them or something. I don't know. So yeah, I've had the game for months, just hasn't been able to get to it, but well, I know what I know at the moment. So as far as further details are concerned, I've pretty much kept myself blinded from spoilers, so I don't know anything other than the premise. So enough chit-chat, let's go into this. Now, from what I recall, apparently there's also been some updates to the game since it came out. Apparently they added like some tweaks to it. I don't know exactly what they added. Damage numbers, hit indicators. Yeah, they added the numbers with 2. Music, sound effects, subtitles. Turn those on. They'll probably show me what to do anyway. Hold hollow. What is that? Havoc form. Wrath attack. That's odd. Damage numbers and indicators. Invert. No, I do not like invert. Never did. So, start new game. Choose difficulty. Challenging but fair. Less of a challenge. Challenging but fair. Elevated challenge. For Horsemen of the Apocalypse only. So basically easy, normal, hard, and very hard. Well, I still don't consider myself a pro when it comes to the Soul style, which they clearly were going for, and frankly, I usually prefer starting normal with any new game anyway, so that way I can always go back later on my lonesome to try and do better, whether it be for trophies or rewards or just entertainment. Yeah, okay, this is what they did. Choose combat mode. Classic hack and slash similar to Darksiders 1 and 2, or the new, more methodical combat system than Darksiders 1 and 2. Okay. Yeah, this is what they added. I'm in a bit of a pickle here. like classic hack and slash 1 and 2. That's a lie, really, because Darksiders 2's combat was, in a lot of ways, way different from 1. You could not block, for 1. You had the RPG power elements, like necromancy and the Harbinger's speed attacks, but you could not block at all, something Darksiders 1 did. 2 was basically them trying to be like Ninja Gaiden, but bad. Well, it was serviceable, but wasn't nearly as good, and also the lack of also the complete and utter lack of execution attacks, except for the rare chances where the game throws like a roll of dice, letting you do it, but like ever did. So no, it's a misnomer. Darksiders 1 and 2 are like not even close. I mean, other than the slashy, they do not have the same combat, in my opinion. There's just too many differences. Between the two for me to consider lumping the two. In default, I can only assume that it's what they had originally until... I don't know if this was planned, or if so many gamers just threw up their arms and said, no, we want the original version back. Original, in a manner of speaking. I did. So yeah, I want to check something first. I want to, like, check the differences between the two, other than what the game says, like, other executions, or anything. Going to the internet, my damn phone could load faster. So, apparently, Classic allows me to stop my attacks and dodge much more easily, whereas apparently she can't do that nearly as well in default, and also instant use items. Yeah, whatever. I'm gonna start with default and see how that goes, and if I don't like it, I'll switch to Classic. Yeah, if I don't like it, I'll switch.
Why did the Creator construct a universe teeming with imperfection, misery, sin? Among the scholars of both heaven and hell, this query is known as the riddle of sorrows. If sin is itself a part of the grand design, is not sin, then, by definition, divine?
Dun dun dun.
A question for the sages. The one particularly restless bunch kept a robust relationship to the topic. The Nephilim. Spawn of angels and demons. Warriors, relentless, unstoppable, blood-mad. Until they were betrayed by 4 of their own.
The Horsemen.
Death, fury, and strife. The 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Inconceivable power was bestowed upon the traitors by those sworn to maintain symmetry twixt order and chaos.
The Charred Council.
The Charred Council. Bear witness as the Council holds court to end the Nephilim War in the name of balance. This is the new pact. War, bringer of worldwide fire. You are the juggernaut of all pain. Death, dark soul of eternity. You are the deepest decay. You are anti-life.
Anti-life justifies my hate.
The spirit of timeless unrest. You are all that is unsettled in the hearts of that which lives and breathes. And finally, fury. Terrible engine of rage. You are the machine that...
Are we to waste our time on ceremony, or are we to fight?
Step forward and recognize, Horsemen. You are the most impatient of your kin. The least predictable, dancing on the edge of your own reality.
And the most retconned.
Brothers understand the undertaking set before them. But do you?
Still talking! Shall I have Death fetch us some tea, or can we get on with it?
Fury, your role in this story is yet to be written. I wonder, will you light the flame of creation anew? Or stomp out the embers for good?
Yeah, I've read the Abomination Vault novel for back when Darksiders
Dreams more thrilling than reality.
2 came out.
Had I known the new pact would be so exciting, I would have let War separate my head from my neck then and there.
And she wasn't written like this.
Is it possible to die of boredom? Rampage. Bored as I am, perhaps you're just lazy. If I didn't love you so much, I'd kill you just for something to do. The call? Finally. Please, please, please tell me you're a planet of demons that needs slaying. Or 2. War. What pathetic fate have you brought upon yourself, brother?
He was set up.
I may be least favored of all the horsemen, but my tongue never found me chained to a rock like some dog.
Fury, approach us.
I take it there is a mess that needs tending to.
Though you jest, you speak true. War has broken his vows to this council, and shattered the 7th seal.
Yeah, he didn't.
The apocalypse. Why would he...
We know not. Yet. As we speak, Earth falls beneath the spears of heaven and the hammers of hell.
So the horsemen are to ride.
No. While the Charred Council seeks to understand how and why the traitor war has committed this abominable act, there is a matter that requires delicate attention.
You should have called Strife. He's the delicate one.
The 7 deadly sins have been released, by whom we cannot say. But the 7 roam the earth, free of our prison. The balance between order and chaos is already in jeopardy. The 7 cannot be left unchecked. War is in chains. Death is missing. Strife attends to other matters. The last time you faced the sins, it required all 4 of you.
I can handle those fools in my sleep. But when this task is complete, I demand that you grant me my rightful place leading the Horsemen.
If you would trade obedience for a title, so be it. But never make a demand upon us, Horsemen. You depart immediately.
Oh, a watcher.
Miss
Fury. I must admit, this is a fortuitous fate.
A watcher? You doubt my allegiance?
Please, be not cross. I am such an admirer. Scratch that. I'm a fan. You are the Horseman. The only one that matters.
So, a fangirl then.
Enough! I will allow you to accompany me. Just stay out of my way.
I will be as unto a shadow. Steadfast. Silent.
More silence!
Go! Seek out the place called Haven. Your quest for the Seven Deadly begins there.
Fury, wait. Whatever has passed between us, search your heart. You cannot believe I am guilty of these crimes. Something is wrong with the universe. Be vigilant, Fury. Forces conspire against us. Heed my words!
Look, well, they got back the voice actor for War, so he sounds fine, but at least one of the Charred Council heads definitely does not sound the same. Yeah, I think they changed at least one voice actor for them. And Fury is not the same as she was written in the Abomination Vault. Last time I read it, which was years ago. Good book, by the way. Welcome to Earth. Okay, so, what are we looking at? Okay, so they brought back the souls for currency on the bottom right. I always thought it was weird that they ditched that in Darksiders 2, among all the other things. That was weirdly switched in that game. Like, instead of souls, you get cash. I mean, come on, you played as the frickin' Grim Reaper Horseman. You'd think souls would be currency, but nope. Now, I did pre-order the game way back when. What is it? With what? Really? Be back in a minute. Okay, as I was saying, yeah, I find it weird. As I was saying, I initially pre-ordered this game way months back when it came out, and apparently I was supposed to have gotten a bonus costume, but I don't know how to switch to it. So, we'll see what happens. Okay, base attack. Soul Lurchers. Fallen enemies will release Soul Lurchers upon death. Oh, they changed the name of the souls currency. Okay, so they kept the souls, but they changed the name for whatever reason. Act as currency. Green replenishes Nephilim's respite. Or you could just call it health, like they did in the other games. Yellow Lurchers reveal the wrath. L2 for locking on. Trying to remember how it all went. Oh, it would have been nice for you to tell me that. R2 for... Wait, what was it? Okay, throw, jump, interact, hollow attack. I don't know what that is. Regular attack. I don't see anything in regards to the horse. I'm about to fear the worst for that one. Dodge. Okay. Well, she's definitely way smaller than the other horsemen, because War towers over everything. He throws the frickin' cars and automobiles around, and here's Fury, who is like a third smaller than him. Yeah, in the Abomination novel, she was way differently written. You know, sisterly, cared for the other horsemen and what they were doing, but still capable of fighting. This is not the same character. They rewrote her.
Fury, we're close to one of the 7. I just know it. I hope it's not envy. That one's a terror.
I'm trying to dodge. I don't know how. Okay, R1, not R2. I'm not used to the game yet, obviously. I think we found one of them. Nope, they're just eating. Pardon me for interrupting your barbecue. Oh, I can double jump. A very weak double jump. Yeah, I've seen better double jumps. A whip swing, eh? I could not tell what that said. Well, this is definitely a boss room.
Haven. A haven for what? Vermin?
Humans, mistress.
Adorable. Build a house of sticks during the end of the world. Where exactly do we go from here, Watcher?
I know not but what the Council commands, mistress. The quest for the 7 begins here.
I think one of them's watching us.
Envy.
Mine! Humans, Haven, everything here! Mine! Move on, horsemen, or ye be mine too!
She's sounding more like greed than envy.
Protecting humans? Humans think creation favors them. They are apes, crawling through dirt.
Quite the grudge you're carrying.
What they have, I will take. When they have nothing left, they will be my playthings until they break. You cannot stop me!
Envious
I
of
don't want
humans.
to. Humanity is tragically overrated. I am not here for them. I'm all yours.
No!
Resentment made flesh. Press to replenish health. It will refill itself by absorbing green soul lurchers from fallen enemies. If it's not, press down. If it's not in my active consumable, press down. Press up if it is. So they basically streamlined the crystal stuff from Darksiders 1. Because, yeah, I admit, that was one thing that did honestly drive me that was stupid in Darksiders 1. You had to buy these unfilled vessels just to be able to use Wrath or health power-ups. So it was basically forcing you to buy two things in order to use one thing. Whereas in this case, they seem to have streamlined it a bit, which is nice.
Your demise is exactly what I desire!
Wrath attack.
Your demise is exactly what I desire!
I guess I'm driving up then. Go around the room, I guess.
You're not good to face me!
Wrath attack. Okay, I cannot dodge that. I need to jump that. And I got hit anyway. What the hell? Yes, and you're very annoying with said power. Are you kidding me? He's gonna hit me, because I'm too slow. Yep. Too slow. Okay, is there a checkpoint system or what? I'm going to assume there is, because it's not, because it's loading. It sent me all the way back. Really? Okay. So, arcane damage, health, barbs of scorn, slash, root awakening, chain cycle, killer queen. That's a lot of moves. I'm guessing there's more weapons, because it looks like it. Holy shit. Normally I would see this be having to be upgraded before doing anything. Oh, how dare you. There's no save options, right? Oh, you gotta be kidding. They got rid of the classic save system. Oh, great. This is gonna be annoying, isn't it? Yeah, Darksiders 1 and 2 had a traditional save system where, yeah, there were checkpoints, but you could still load, save, and load games to you however you wanted it. But no, it seems they took the lazy way and just reduced it to checkpoints, and very bad ones from the looks of things, because I'm all the way at the beginning of the level, not even close to where I was with the boss fight. Yeah, why do I got a feeling this is gonna be a very annoying game to beat? Like, I know it. Try again. Oh, of course. You know, despite being called envy, she certainly doesn't act like it. She sounds more like greed than anything. Can I get there fast enough? Yep, definitely greed and not envy, like she says. Really? Those are my souls from earlier, but how do I pick them up?
Pretty. Come and get it.
Green with envy.
That's mine!
Shut up.
Mistress, not to be a bother, but weren't you supposed to catch Envy?
I did. This talisman.
It's a vessel. Envy used it to hold energies from the rest of the Seven.
It will make a fitting prison for the others once their physical forms have been broken.
If I may, there is a sort of hum emanating from the talisman. That glow
Will indicate when one of the Seven is nearby. I know.
So wise. You are all that the Council promised, Mistress.
I'm beginning to enjoy the sound of your voice, Watcher.
Yeah, doesn't really beat Mark Hamill's Watcher though in terms of well, yeah, it's like, yeah, Mark the Watcher Mark Hamill voiced. Well, he was like Joker if he were a ghost, and he was your boss. And he did not respect war, whereas this one is the complete opposite. And different gendered. Talisman of Sin. Guide you to the deadly sins. So I have to find the sins Metroidvania style, like they're out in the world at somewhere, whereas it's not nearly as spelled out for what I'm doing like the other games were. I guess it's more like Zelda in that regard. Like Darksiders 1, it always told you where to go, and you were never really that lost. Whereas typical from my experience with Zelda, you know, Ocarina and Twilight, they just pointed the finger in the general direction where you had to go, and you were just left to figure it out for yourself, even if it did leave me not knowing what to do a lot of times. So they're definitely, Souls combat aside, they're definitely going the Zelda-Vania route with this. Directs you towards the nearest sin, the skull indicates the nearest sin, and the period indicates other sins are currently accessible. Literature crystals. Shattered, your inventory requires souls trapped within them. And there's the souls that I had before. Okay. Or maybe they aren't. I don't know. I think they are. Okay, so far I'm playing as a horseman, or horsewoman, and so far no horse. Small healing shard. Either I'll get the horse later, a la Darksiders 1, or they're restricting it for certain parts of the game, like both 1 and 2. I don't know. I'm hoping it's that, because if there's no horse in the game, I'm gonna be pissed off.
I would be remiss in my duties if I didn't point out that even with the talisman, locating the other deadly sins will prove a challenge.
Finding Envy was easy enough.
That was a gift. One I would not count on receiving twice. Envy was also, by far, the weakest of the deadly sins.
And loud and obnoxious.
Anything else to add?
Only what I assume you already know. The armies of both heaven and hell have cordoned off the world of man into various areas of influence. Look around us. The upheaval we have seen is the very personification of the struggle between order and chaos. You have set for yourself an unenviable task. given these environs.
That's what makes it fun. The other sins are hiding across this shattered world. They strike at angels and demons alike in their own selfish bids for power. Their hubris will lead me right to them.
Perhaps, but you will need assistance.
Whatever I need, I will take, Watcher.
Well, I'll give the game's graphics this. They're definitely smoother than Darksiders 2's. I don't know what happened between 1 and 2. Like, the graphics were all smooth in 1, but then in 2, it was like, everything was stiff. And, not, well, of course, it's not perfect. Apparently, I am noticing considerable slowdown in certain parts of the game. Like, parts of the cutscenes slowing down, parts here where it was slowing down. And Mom is making a lot of noise and it's driving me nuts. Thank you. Okay, looks like a construction yard. Apparently that way. Deep trench. Huh, no giant red Armageddon spikes like in the first game. Well, we're definitely not going back that way. Oh, look who it... How much you want to bet that is who I think it is? Well, he's not coming out. Yeah, it's Vulgrim. How much you want to bet that's a serpent hole for Vulgrim?
I knew that war would one day unleash all this. But seeing it... His gifts are impressive.
Yeah, except he didn't intend to.
May I remind you, mistress, that you have no peer among your horsemen brethren.
Oh, the zombies. More zombies. And there's no map either, from what I can tell, so... Yeah, there's no map like in the first two games either, so it's like I have to be paying attention to where I'm going. It's like Bloodborne in a sense. Hold down attack. Pointing in there, so... Hello? Vulgrim, are you in there? I guess we don't meet him yet. The skull is pointing there, but I want to see what's over here. Oh no. Doesn't look like I can do anything about this part yet. Level 1, level 2. Okay, so I can level all this up like in 1. Oh, no, like in 2. Hollows, that's different. Consumables, ingredients, crystals, base armor. Okay, so I'm guessing I get the bonus armor that I got for pre-ordering way back when. I'm going to assume from Volgrim. Barbs of Scorn. I'm going to assume there's more weapons. I hope. So, double square. Countering, of course. No blocking. That's what kind of peeves me. Personally, I think it sucks that I don't like it when some games keep one thing but throw another thing. Like, why can't I block? Like, I find it silly how they get rid of blocking in some games. Like, come on, put both of them in there. If Darksiders 1 could allow you to do both, then 2 should have had it also. Like, I don't like, come on, have both. Make it balanced. More monstros over there. So far, the attacks feel very good. I like them. So I gotta give it the game this so far. I'm guessing this is where I would fall if I screwed up the swing. Whee! Glowy mushrooms like in Metro. Only not radioactive this time. Even in the apocalypse, life thrives. Or at least tries to, any. I'm not very good at dodging yet. Go here, but what's over there? I guess I can't break that yet. Uh-oh, big guy over there. I don't want to wake up the big guy. Yeah, it's like it's very much like Bloodborne, where I have to be careful. I don't know if it's just me, but my health seems a bit stronger even at its base level than Darksiders 2's was. That's another thing I didn't understand. How weak Death was in Darksiders 2. Like, even at his strongest, he had health that was so freaking pathetic. Like, 2 hits, he's dead. Like, come on, Ryu Hayabusa has more health than that. Oh, it's the four-armed monster from the Earth level in Darksiders 2. Ow. Oh, I can't blow up cars like, or lift them up like Death, like War could, so... Can't climb up that.
Perhaps there are human survivors.
Not my concern, Watcher.
Whoa. Healing shard. Ah, the platform railings, I think. Or is it just scenery? Nope, just scenery. I thought it was like the platform railings that I could slide across.
That tree. It's impressive. But is it just me, or is it out of place here?
It is a maker tree. Most likely we will find refuge there.
Oh yeah, the makers, the guys that, what was his name? The one with the Scottish accent. Crap, I forget his name. Strength shard. I don't know what. Oh, I guess that's for the symbol on the far left. That's like what, my rage attack, my rage mode. I can't remember his name. It began with a U. He was the guy who was also known as the Black Hammer, and he wore the pistol and the Armageddon blade. Crap, I call myself a fan, yet I can't even remember the name of a character. Especially one that appeared in both the first game and is kind in the second game. Havoc form. Okay, so Darksiders 1, it was, that beast mode, whatever it was called. 2 had the Reaper form, and now we have Havoc form. Havoc form, massive amounts of arcane damage, press L1 and R2 to unleash the Havoc form. And it's as awkward to do as ever. More clamps. Throw. And I got a comment. I'm trying to be familiar with the controls, and it's, you know, it's one of those things. Neto X75 says, "Hi, I'm bringing this game at my channel." Huh, good for you. Yeah, I've only just started it today. Had it for a while, just haven't been able to get to it. But, okay, hold the focus, I get that. Hold hollow, cancel, I don't know what that is. Throw and focus. Trying to be familiar with how the moves go. Scarlet Strike, that's for this one. Apparently R2 is to throw targets. Or throw something. We got this blue crap, but I don't have the weapon for that. Envy and greed is gone. Well, I already got rid of envy. So I'm guessing greed is somewhere ahead.
Aren't we making a mighty ruckus?
Hey!
Says the demon who announces his ambush.
Hey, that's Vulgrim.
It was not my intention to do battle, Horsemen. Well, such a passionate little thing, aren't we?
Do not test my patience.
Very well. War is too hazardous an occupation for myself, Horseman. I am here in the name of blind capitalism. I am Vulgrim, merchant of the damned, a trader who deals in souls for profit. Even in the face of the apocalypse, one must endeavor to earn a living.
And whose souls do you trade in?
Angel, demon, or even human. All souls have value to me. I've seen the trail of bodies you've left in your wake.
What would I require from you?
That depends. What are your needs?
Information. The 7 deadly sins.
Whispers on the wind say that the fabled horsemen are but pawns in a larger game. Victims of a grand setup.
What do you know?
I know that the first one's free. Call for me if you have souls to trade, and perhaps you will consider my wares valuable.
I take it back. The mouth movements in-game, outside the cutscenes, are still bad. How is it that Darksiders 1's mouth movements, both in-game and in cutscenes, still look better than 2's and 3's? You saw that, right? Fulgrim's mouth and lip syncing wasn't good. It was like going up and it was like making 2 bits per second movements. Come on. Really, Gunfire? Like seriously, the first Darksiders game's graphics and visuals still hold up regardless. They're not even trying anymore. Poor Fulgrim, like, out to come and offer us his services like a good demonic merchant, and what does Fury do? She wraps the chain around his neck. How ungrateful.
What would you ask of this humble merchant? Take your time.
I could either go for healing or... what was this? Reduces damage. Thorn, Frenzy, Undying. Partially restores. Ingredients. Echo Mark. What's this? So this is basically an upgrade.
As you wish. This will be fun for both of us. As you wish. Farewell for now.
Well, at least they got Fulgrim's voice back. Physical damage, arcane damage. I'll do... increase my health, increase my strength. First of many.
What would you ask of this humble merchant? Take
Show me your
time.
wares. I really would like to get these two, but I need more. I need more souls.
As you wish. Farewell for now.
I wish I could save my game so that way if I screwed up, if I screw up, I don't have to rely on the awful checkpoints.
Fulgrim and his demon tongue. They live to confound and feed of the scraps of a world they helped destroy.
Indeed they do.
But despite his thirst for souls, Fulgrim may be a useful tool on this journey.
Hey, at least Fulgrim's a good businessman, or business devil, and better a capitalist than a dirty communist. Even in the demon world, apparently. Okay, where am I going? tree. I get it. Looks like an office building once upon a time. So feed Vulgrim souls to get attribute points in order to level up Fury. Okay, that's way different from 2. 2 they had you rely very heavily on loot to do anything. I mean, there was upgrading there, but it's like 2 systems competing against each other. I mean, I don't mind that. Very RPG-like, what 2 tried to do, whereas 3 seems to be a bit more straightforward.
The length these roots have grown. They seem to have taken over everything.
Indeed, mistress.
That's blocked. So I need more weapons and power-ups before I can unlock stuff. I'm still not used to dodging. Still not used to dodging. Yeah, I am still not used to this dodge button. You're Brazilian, huh? Oh, my dad's Brazilian. Well, Brazilian from there, anyway. Huh. So I go up there, according to the skull. Secrets. Does not look like I can jump that distance. I don't see a whip hook. Gotta go there, I guess.
I'm curious as to who remains here, if anyone.
Probably a maker. How much was it?
What would you ask of this humble? Take your time.
5,000.
As you wish.
I'm gonna wait a bit.
For now.
Okay, so we got stuff there. There was a bunch of stuff that we passed way, way back there. Such as that purple lit wall, that webbed force field looking thing, and then the green ones and the orange ones. Excuse me. Looks like a settlement. I really hope Mom stops talking on the phone, because it's very annoying. Ugh. Oh, looks like a shrine. It's a human.
Behind me, wee ones. Let me tend to our uninvited guests.
It's the Black Hammer.
A horseman.
Fury, currently reserving the right to kill you where you stand. And you are?
Surprised, and more than a little relieved. Call me Ulthane Blackhammer.
Ulthane, that's what it
So
was.
you'll not be flattening me today?
A maker, are you not?
Aye, when there's something to make. Today, my skills are only aimed towards instruments of death.
This is not your war.
No, not theirs neither. Like your council, I care for balance, Horsemen. Humans, frail as they be, are part of the balance. Surely you're here to help protect them.
Wrong question.
A tribe of useless, hairless simians whose greatest talent was inventing ingenious new ways to divide and destroy one another. They could suffer forever or die tomorrow, and I wouldn't bat an eye either way.
Then what is your business here?
What do they call you?
Jones.
Jones. Question me again with your last breath.
Look around. Look what's happened here. Do you honestly think anything scares me now?
Easy, lad. This one's none for trifles.
Yeah? What do I have to lose? This moronic conflict makes you all look so stupid. Angel, demon, horseman, even maker. What are you even fighting for, huh? Tell me!
I like this one. You may continue breathing, Jones.
Horsemen, please. To have you on our side would turn the tide in ways we cannot measure. Humanity might stand a chance.
While my mission does involve balance, it does not require them. I am here to root out the 7 deadly sins and return them to the Council. No less, no more.
What if I can help you? That bit of chain you carry could use some work.
I sincerely doubt that. I'm faring quite well without any help.
Wrong
Of course.
statement.
But in case you missed the moniker, I am a maker who specializes in instruments of destruction, chaos, and the deliverance of pain. So it stands to reason that we little Ulthane could enhance your arsenal if your horsemanship would give me the chance.
In exchange for?
Humanity will not survive without aid. If you come across any humans on your journey, please direct them here. Haven is the only place they might be sufficiently protected.
Direct them? How do you expect the apes to cross a battlefield and find you?
Oh, I don't. They'll need this. The bridge. Only humans can use it. One touch, they're sent to Haven.
Must I touch them? I accept your offer, Maker. Though I doubt it will make your collection any less useless.
We have a non-deal, then. As a show of good faith, a gift. Wrath.
Where?
You seek a pit of hellstretch set in the nether, beneath the city. And please, horsemen,
Yes, yes, I will shepherd the wee ones your way, pointless as it may be.
We'll see. And remember, Fury, the doors of Haven stand open to any who ask.
The Bridge Stone. Handstone etched with ancient maker magic. Allows the instantaneous transformation of any human directly to heaven. So there were some survivors of humans after all. Jones. Was he John Jones, the Green Lantern? Another maker.
I say welcome, Horsemen.
More makers.
Well met, Horsemen.
They don't have much, but they get by. It's what humans do.
So we go that way. So Ulthane was helping some humans out in between events of the games. What little were left.
How can my hammer be of service, Fury?
Upgrade
Aiming
enhancements.
to lay down a mighty herd, are we?
Wrath. Silver of adamantine. I don't have that, so I need to get ingredients.
Take care. And, watch your back, eh?
So this takes place between, like, during or leading up to the events of 1, so Ulthane's probably not going to be here by the time 1 takes place. And they and Death, in the events of his game, finds out a way to bring back humanity in, like, the Well of Souls or whatever it is.
This place is beautiful.
Well, compared to the rest of the world, sure. So we gotta go down.
This place is beautiful.
Gotta go down there, but what's over here? And Wrath is the next target. That's blocked. So I can't do anything about that. Oh, look, a toilet. So Wrath is the next. The game must be completely installed to progress. What are you talking about? I installed this game way back when it came out. What's wrong with you? This is why I hate modern gaming. Well, I can only assume it checkpoints, the game saves by automatic, so I think this is a good enough place to take a break. So, that'll be part 1 for Darksiders 3. I'm liking some things, but on the other hand, I'm mixed about others. Like, they did not improve the lip face, graphics when they already had it, done well in the first game. And they made it all, with the mouth movements not even being stiff, and it's still stiff again here, and I'm getting used to the controls. It's not what I'm used to, but so far I don't have that many complaints, other than that I wish I could block, but one thing at a time, right? So, yeah, I'm gonna stop here and try to get this game fully filled into my console. Ugh, I really need an external hard drive at this point. And I'll be back later with part 2. Thank you all for watching. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll be back soon.